Hello, everyone. This is Eleanor Rigby. I was sitting by the window today, holding a small, rusted pocket knife that belonged to my husband Arthur. Holding it made me think about how things used to be. Time slips through your fingers like dry sand, and if I hadn't learned how to hold on to what truly matters, I would have lost my soul, along with my savings. I have a truth to tell you today that is heavy on my heart. Before I tell you this story, please subscribe. In all my 80 years, I never thought I would be handed a legal invoice by my own flesh and blood. My son, Thomas, was born in 1974. Back then, Arthur and I didn't have a penny. We lived in a cramped house where the heater groaned all night, but we were happy. We sacrificed everything for him. I wore the same coat for a decade so he could have the best of everything. Arthur worked double shifts at the plant, coming home with grease under his nails just to build a future for our boy. We thought we were teaching him about family, but after Arthur passed away, Thomas changed. He didn't see a grieving mother, he saw a balance sheet. Last month, he sat at my kitchen table and handed me a folder. He had calculated the emotional labor of checking on me and demanded back pay for his childhood, claiming we didn't give him a big enough head start in life. He wanted me to sign over the house and my land as a settlement. I can still hear his voice, so cold. He said, "Mom, it's only fair. You owe me." I felt a coldness in my bones. I realized that by giving him everything, I had failed to teach him how to earn anything. I had raised a man who saw his mother as a bank account. That afternoon, I called Joe, our family mechanic. Joe is a good man who knows the value of hard work. I told him I had 5 acres behind the creek, and Arthur always loved, and I sold it to him for a fraction of its value.
My only condition was that it stayed a family business for his own son. When Thomas found out, he was livid. He screamed about his inheritance. I looked him in the eye and said, "Thomas, an inheritance is a gift of love. A debt is for a creditor. Since you chose to be a creditor instead of a son, I took my business elsewhere. I donated most of that money to the hospice that cared for Arthur. The rest, I'm using it to finally see the Grand Canyon. Experience has taught me that you cannot buy love, and you shouldn't have to pay for the privilege of being a parent. It broke my heart, but I had to protect the dignity of the life Arthur and I built. You have to understand, marriage and family aren't about keeping score. Arthur and I stayed together for 48 years because we knew sacrifice isn't a loan, it's an investment. Modern life encourages people to ask, "What's in it for me?" But if you spend your life keeping a ledger, you'll find that everyone ends up losing. Love isn't a feeling, it's a decision you make every morning. When you put a price tag on a relationship, you turn your home into a marketplace. And a marketplace is a very lonely place to grow old. You cannot quantify the things that actually matter. Patience, sacrifice, and loyalty are the mortar that holds a life together. I had to show my son that his entitlement had no power over my peace. I want you to look at your life today. Are you waiting for someone to pay you back for the love you've given? If so, please stop. Love is the only thing that increases when you give it away for free. But you must also have the self-respect to know when someone is trying to turn your heart into a transaction. Don't let them, even if it's your own blood. I'm at peace now. Joe's son will honor that land, and I'll keep Arthur's pocket knife with me, a reminder that some things are meant to last.